To Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. We're doing talk and tarot, so go ahead and drop your questions in, comment, chat, whatever it is. And we'll do as many as we have time for. So let me set up our camera. There we go. I was so good about getting the sound done, and now this wants all the verification, all the extra information. Oh, and I don't have that there anymore. So we'll give this 1 sec. Interesting. I'm just noticing there's usually a view counter, but maybe they did away with that. But we don't need it. Are we done checking? It's me. Huzzah. Finally. Oh. And we definitely want our latest event. Hey, Adelaide. How's it going? There's our live. Okay. No, we just want our camera so that we can see cards. Please and thank you. There we go. Okay. Twist and shout. Excellent. Yeah, and it's not always going to be the same as other people's, but make do with what you've got. We might not have our camera. For some reason, it's acting real slow. But we'll see how it goes. Would be nice to know where my angle is, but I don't know. Maybe that's the main one. Because, yeah, we're also not seeing. Oh, is it catching up finally? Or is it crashing and restarting? I have no clue. If you have a question, by the way, go ahead and ask. We'll still read regardless of whatever technical difficulties I might encounter. In fact, I've got one that I need to do. Sent in ahead of time. But I would like them to be able to see their cards. And it would be tragic if they couldn't really see them. So, yeah. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start with the question we got ahead of time. I'm not sure if we're going to have a working camera. Actually, let me go ahead and check it out. Live. So that, well, if I need to, I can mix it up. So turn on camera, which to me, for whatever reason, just looks like a big black box. But if we're looking at the stream, the camera itself is convinced that it's going live. Nope, it's a big black box on this stream. So that's unfortunate. I guess we'll just have to reset or restart that. Sad day. Well, let's see if we can fix that. Cancel, cancel. We just want the video, and we just want the cards. Yes, we know. Okay. That's looking a bit better. Okay. And just, if I can get extra space for the cards, all the better. And we've got pretty good space there. So we'll go with that for now. Again, if you've got questions, go ahead and drop them in. Stuff seems to be a little slow and laggy, so it might take a bit to get through, but planning to do as many as we can. So go ahead and ask away. So we got this question from Lavina. It's asking about prospects' feelings and thoughts towards her. And then if that's all kosher and whatnot, the next step would be stuff with his family. And so we're trying to get a sense not only of him, but of how will things go with his family. So here it's done. Looks like, yeah, just a typical Destiny question. Let's go ahead and show our camera again. Get that back into place. And of course, if you guys just want to chat, that's fine too. And I'm happy to chat back, although I will prioritize the reading since, well, that's what I'm letting people do. And I've got the visual. But anyways, Lavina. Let's see. Feels like a pair. Is that right? Okay. And I'll figure out placement later. We definitely had something down here. Was it not that far though? Hey Banshee, how's it going? Hope it's going well. Set that there for now. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Not much. It has been a while. So I do have a job. I don't stream as much. I stream about half as much. But I still do that. So, and work's been going well. So that is good. Yeah, go ahead. By all means, drop it in. I'm obviously doing Levinas right now, but we'll just do it after that. Is that outcome? So, yeah, that's fine. And then, so this would be the family then. Okay. We'll check. Yeah, we're getting, for Levina, we're getting a lot on the feelings and thoughts. This would normally be character, but really this feels like it's character in as much as it relates to thoughts and feelings. It would be inaccurate to try and define him with just that. Yeah, just the one card for the family, so I don't know. It feels lighter. I don't know if it's just not as big of a deal as you might think it is. But yeah, that's what we've got. So, the Hierophant, tradition, knowledge. We've got Page of Swords, contracts, informations. Ace of Wands, sole purpose, life change. Okay. And then for the family, none of this is bad, by the way. King of Pentacles, logical and father archetype. Or well, those are the keywords there. So yeah, as far as him, thoughts and feelings are great, exceptional. He's very orderly. Dots his I's, crosses his T's. So like there may be some, how to put it, nuance or process to how he does things. And that might just be odd or it might be annoying to you. But it's just the way he's used to working. And so if you can accommodate him, that'll just make things easier. But yeah, as far as working things out with you, he's going to do due diligence, would be the short way to push that, to say that. As far as family, it's another positive card. It really doesn't seem like there are going to be issues. The sense I'm getting from it is like, if it works, it's fine. Like not necessarily easygoing and rollover, but very flexible, accepting and accommodating. So that's the sense I'm getting from that. So let me know if you have questions. This was for Lavina, so don't worry about that. Well, let me go ahead and clean this up. And now let's highlight your question. So this guy, what are his feelings? Give those a little shuffle. I think we might be using a different deck. Let me go check. Yeah. I'll go. So another deck by the same person actually as the previous one. Um, yeah, this is called Lucine. In particular, the Twilight edition. There's also a Midnight edition I have, and who knows, maybe we'll see that today. Okay. His feelings for you. Doom. Let's see. I think that's everything. Conveniently co-located. Let's find. Yeah, don't know that I want to try reading a whole deck, but let me make sure this is everything. Okay. Okay. So this isn't intense feelings, is the sense I'm getting. Um, it's not consuming them per se, but it is persistent. So um, just wanted to clarify that this has a little more weight than the other one, but yeah. All right, Six of Pentacles, King of Cups. So I mean that's very positive. The King, at least, is very positive for um, relationships, emotions, being in the right place. As far as the Six of Pentacles, um, yeah, and it makes sense. Basically, uh, how to put that? They've got some reservation, um, not necessarily about you per se, but just about relationship in general. Which, I mean, if they've been burned, um, Six of Pentacle and King of Cups. So yeah, they've probably had some scarring or hurtful experience previously, and so they're just a bit cautious um, about relationships. But yeah, very positive overall, and this is hardly a showstopper or a deal breaker. So. And of course, let me know if you've got follow up or need clarification. Um, but yeah, generally positive. So unless you're really pressing the gas for some reason, I mean, the Six of Pentacles shouldn't be a red flag in any way. Hmm. Interesting. Well, he has positive feelings towards you with the King of Cups. Um, yeah, Yeah. And again, these were lighter. It wasn't deep-seated feelings or anything. But I didn't get the sense that they were superficial either. So I don't know if maybe he's not fully committed, but maybe he's still on track with that person, which could also explain the Six of Pentacles. But yeah, there's definitely no ill will. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a separate question. We could try asking in that regard. I guess because it's not necessarily binary. It's not necessarily one or the other, and it could be that he is conflicted about it. So, but yeah, we'll take this, and we'll need another deck for that. Because basically, I mean, we would be interested in his thoughts. No. I guess, would we be more interested in the outcome or in the current state of things? Yeah, that'll be fine. Could have done this with Destiny, but Midnight Edition seems to be fine. The reason I ask, I mean, a lot of our questions right now are probably about the current state. Who he feels strongest towards, what is he thinking? But it might be easier to nip it in the bud and just figure out which way is he going to go. Thanks. I try. I guess I'm still wondering how best to tackle it. Yeah, I'm more inclined to ask the question of, should this be something you pursue, as opposed to, do we both have feelings? Um, does he think about me all the time? Stuff like that. Because I just kind of want to know if there's a goal to be reached at the end of this. So, thanks. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm going to focus on, action. Let's focus on what action you should take with regard to him. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure there's just nothing up there, so I'll set that aside. Right. But it's not always something you should act on, chase down, follow through. Let me check that we got everything. Okay. Okay. And so this one is that okay. This feels more like a message. I'm not sure that it'll contain an action item, but that it's something for you to know. And then we've got 1 and 2. These feel, well, introspective, not necessarily, but contained within yourself. They shouldn't really involve other people, as far as I can tell, unless it's like how you're thinking of them or something. But very much within your sphere of influence and your ability to do something about. So 2 of Swords. And then we've got 4 of Pentacles. I'll have to double check that one. I don't think I get the 4 of Pentacles very much. Yes, Lavina. We did it earlier. And then the message for you would be Six of Cups. Yeah, this is the Lucine deck, the Midnight Edition. So, yeah, for Banshee, I mean, Two of Swords, you need to, thanks, how to phrase that. There's some unproductive spinning of wheels, running like a hamster in his wheel, that sort of thing. And that needs to be done away with. You need to identify what that is and get rid of it, avoid it. So this could very well manifest in actions that you do. Given the context, more likely this is thoughts. Just personal take on that. Four of Pentacles, I really need to double check. And then, yeah, so Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Those are your actions. And then Six of Cups. And for these, the 4 and the 6, I'm going to need to reference our guide. I know 5 and 3, but 4 of Pentacles, I feel like I haven't had a lot. Four of Pentacles is a card associated with financial security. Two hands are holding on to the coin, as if afraid to let go. This card can often symbolize greed, selfishness, possessiveness. There is also another meaning behind this card, and that is protection. The Four of Pentacles represents protecting your heart in order to feel safe and secure. This energy can be understood in the context of a relationship, where one person may be creating a wall and closing off their partner. If you have suffered past hardships, this card tells you that tough times are over. Your work has paid off. Remember that this is a card of stability, yet you can still preserve your well-being by setting healthy boundaries. Okay. Oh, we didn't get a read on, these are actions for you. So, Two of Swords, cutting out unhelpful processes, whether that's thoughts, actions, it's wasted energy. For Four of Pentacles, and let me see if I can get a better sense of that. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be more of the a fixation on this opportunity, on this guy. So it's leaning into the greedy and possessive. So the advice here is to realize, yeah. But yeah, so Four of Pentacles, you're going to have to focus on, okay. So Two of Swords. Over here, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And then down here, we've got the 6. Here, I don't have enough fingers visible. 6 of Cups. So yeah, decisions. Mostly deciding what needs to be cut out. Because there's a lot of wasted energy there. Four of Pentacles. There's a possessive, greedy aspect holding onto this prospect. And really, this is taking time to realize it's an option It's not something you have to have. It's something you can choose to pursue. So it should be treated as such. It's not uh, entirely yours, I guess. So, okay. And then Six of Cups. Let me double check on that. Or, no, wait, I think I know that one. So let me see if I can get it. Because normally there's nostalgia. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, Six of Cups. There's nostalgia, but also return to childhood values is the way it's usually described. Um, Trusting each other, forgive and forget, um, the very rapid recovery a kid can have when they've been hurt and, well, the right treat or the right person comes to them. Two of Swords does deal with decisions, but that's common with most twos. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know that I see the Two of Cups very often. Um, Two of Wands would be more the moving on, well, not literally, but pressing forward. Um, is more the theme of the Two of Wands. With the Two of Swords, it's more of cutting out. So, okay. Um, I guess it sounds a little contradictory when you say they tell me to choose, and then you say I don't want them to choose. It sounds like you have the power, right? And it sounds like you've made a decision. So, yeah, that might be something where you need to be very clear. It's not going to happen. Um, the Six of Cups. I mean, yeah, you could have that interpretation. Um, but I don't get a negative sense from it. It's a message for you, and it's not a warning. Um, it really does feel like a return to simplicity, essentially. And I don't know if that means if that's just getting the childish moving on really fast, or um, being able to recover from pains and hurts, or um, if it's the don't worry about love. Go do the other things you want to do. I'm not sure. That part you'll have to sort out for yourself. But um, yes, these are the cards for you. So these are actions. This was a message. Um, Not necessarily an FYI, but um, something for you to consider at the very least to think about. It's not necessarily an action item, but if you act because of it, that's probably for the better. But definitely Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, um, cutting out the stuff that is just wasting time and letting go of stuff that, well, yeah, you're fixated on in a way that isn't helpful. So, given the current context, it's probably letting go of Aqua. It's probably shutting down conversation about Gemini. Um, and then Six of Cups. Um, so, tell me which one we need to go over still. I feel like I've talked about all of them at this point, but Two of Swords in the middle, Four of Pentacles on the right, and Six of Cups on the left. Um, Two of Swords, just telling your parents or whoever pesters you about the Gemini, um, telling them it's not going to happen. Knock it off. You've made a decision. If and when you feel like reconsidering it, you'll let them know. But until then, stop. That's sort of not going to happen. Uh, Four of Pentacles. So this is the possessive, greedy, um, holding onto something, whether or not it's good for you. So, in this context, this is probably the Aqua, um, where, yeah, you have feelings, and it'd be great if something happened, but we're too focused on that we're not able to properly live. Is what that boils down to. And we already read on his feelings. They're positive towards you. There is reservation, and it's not like they weren't intense, so to speak. It wasn't bonfire sort of feelings. They weren't shallow or superficial, but they're not as deep as I think you can or should be expecting them for the type of romantic relationship you want. That was the previous reading. Okay. I think we might have, well, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and clean up. You can keep asking questions about them. Oh, we've definitely talked enough about them that I can remember. But... Okay. Hey, Oli. Hopefully I'm reading that right. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, go ahead. Banshee's still processing the reading, I think, but if she has questions, I'll answer them as needed. But yeah, go ahead and ask yours. We'll just do them as we get them. Well, thanks. You're too kind. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do yes. And here, let me go ahead and highlight that. So, what is H feeling towards me currently? Okay, and let's go ahead and show our space, I guess. Let's see. Looks like we'll be using Destiny. Do it a little more. Nice. Happy birthday. Okay. Let's find our cards. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Let me check. It might just be the one. Okay. Okay. And yeah, just to clarify, we only got feelings. So I don't know if logically, verbally, in his thinking or whatever, there might be contradictions or whatnot going on, but we've definitely got feelings. So, Hierophant usually deals with customs, I guess, tradition, established processes. So, as far as this being feelings, pretty interesting. Let me see if I can get a better sense of it. Yeah, it's going to be hard to put into words, but yeah. Um, Basically, yes. Um, Very positive feelings for you. Um, Probably a hint more towards adoration um, than love, but I mean, they're pretty close at this point. Um, all his, or hers, I guess, um, all his ideas about romance, or at least the ones important to them, you've basically checked off. Yeah, you hit all the requirements, and it's not necessarily an explicit thing for them. Um, it's primal has a connotation to it, but um, it is very well subconscious level as far as where that impulse is coming from, and it's a strong impulse. So yeah, I hope that was clear enough. Um, if ask if you need explanation. Um, or if we need to follow up. And Tony, go ahead and ask a question. Yes, free readings. I'll go ahead and clean this up. Yeah. Especially while Tony asks their question. You can go ahead and hop to this one. All good. And I don't know if our camera froze. Hopefully it catches up. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. I think that might be it. Okay. So interesting. There's definitely another. We do have something going on somewhere else. And that's definitely a good part of his focus. He's also got some stuff going on with himself. So, and that's what this, I call this a tempered pair. But basically, the top card is going to be primary. That's going to be the main gist of it. And then the second card will modify, tailor it in some way to his situation. And just real quick, I want to make sure you are seeing it, because I'm seeing a black screen for the camera right now. But no, you can see. Okay. So as far as other, Page of Pentacles. Okay. I'm also going through my head, making sure I know what that means. Four of Swords, and then Ace of Swords. Okay. We'll do the sword since they're more straightforward. He needs to take a break, rest, recuperate. That's the main thing with the Four of Swords. Ace of Swords indicates power, a certain strength, and the idea is that he'll be reclaiming it once he takes that break. It's similar to the metaphor, analogy, whatever it is. of the woodcutter who doesn't sharpen his axe. Over time, it just gets as dull as everyone else's. So he needs to take a break so that he can get better and get on top of things. So that's something he needs to do, but that's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing was the other um, person, Page of Pentacles. And how to put that. Um, I do. There should be a PayPal in the description. Don't have Cash App. I guess I'll keep that on my radar if that's popular. As far as Page of Pentacles and this situation, yeah, I mean, he would be viewing it as a new opportunity. There is a prospect, an appealing prospect is essentially what that other person is. So technically nothing's happened yet. Nothing's going on, but he is very much considering it, and that's a fair chunk of his focus. We already talked about you, so we didn't need to cover that here, but yeah. So, yeah. Yes. Any questions on that? No problem, Banshee. Okay. Always want to make sure that it's understood. You can sometimes ramble and rant, and sometimes just go in circles. So, okay. No problem. Tony, if you have a question, feel free to ask it, or anybody else who's hanging out. Of course, we can also just chat and talk. So, and only if you do have another question, by all means, you can ask another. It's fine. Sometimes people have others or think of others or have follow-ups, and that's all good. Yeah. I'm a little concerned that if he does end up passing on the Page of Pentacles person, that new prospect, he might skip over taking his break. And I don't know what the best way to handle that situation would be. Because, I mean, telling someone to take a break because they need it might also feel like a no. And I don't think you want to accidentally send that signal. So, but you're also going to get shortchanged if they don't recuperate. So, yeah, it could still work out, but it might be a bit rough. So, um, do I need to ask on that? No. Um, yeah. Normally I would be pulling cards, but I've got a pretty good impression that we already know the answer and that it's no. So, I guess that's all I have to say on that. Um, and it looks like we were having some connection stuff. Um, so if you asked a question and I haven't answered it, go ahead and ask it again. Um, it might have got lost in transit on its way to me. But yeah, we're caught up as far as I know. So feel free to ask. And yeah. And we can just chat. Yeah, we have options. I can also monologue. Um, it's not as much fun, but we can do that. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it feels like we've hit time. We could go on. Um, but yeah, gotta trust your impressions. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, fun doing readings for you. We'll stream again next Wednesday. We've also got Friday, um, day and a half from now, roughly. We'll be doing another stream, so feel free to hop on then if you have questions. Um, yeah, you should have this in the description. But we've got a link tree if you want to check out the social media, and PayPal if you want to help keep us going. Um, but otherwise, otherwise, hope you're doing well and taking care. And until next time, take care.